So I just wanted to talk to you about this sign here. When you see a number in here, like say you've got the absolute value of 6, what does that mean? That absolute value sign, all it means is how many steps is that number from 0. So I made a little number line with our blocks. There's 0. I decided to use -4 and +4. That's our 0. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then -1, -2. Oh, my -2 has some garbage in it. Okay, garbage is all gone. -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. You get it, right? We've built this before, I think. So if you're looking at that number 6, how many steps is it from 0? If you had to walk from here back to 0, how many steps would you have to walk? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the absolute value, or how many steps that is from 0, is just 6. But guess what? -6 has the same absolute value because it's the same amount of steps from 0. There's -6. Let's walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they both have the same absolute value. So absolute value is just talking about how many steps are you from 0. The absolute value of some number plus 2 is less than 11. Okay? This looks a little complicated because it has this plus 2 here. So let's use hero 0 and get him out of the way for now. Okay? So there's hero 0 right there. See how we can move him? And that -2, we use hero 0, we got to take 2 away over here. So now what you're left with is the absolute value of x. Can you actually see that? Actually, maybe I'll just erase. So now you can actually take that out, because that's just 0. And I'm going to rewrite this. This is going to be 11 minus 2 here. And 11 minus 2 is just 9, right? So this question is asking you, what number has less than 9 what number is less than 9 steps away from 0? Well, let's figure out what numbers are actually 9 steps from 0 first. And I think that's pretty easy, right? If we go here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps from 0. And if we go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps from 0. But this isn't just what number, it's what numbers are less than 9 steps from 0. And guess what? These ones we can't use because this is exactly 9 steps from 0, and this is more than 9 steps from 0, right? But all of these numbers in here are less than 9 steps from 0. This is, if you started here, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. If you started here, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you started here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Can you see how all those numbers are less than 9 steps from 0? So your answer here would be that, and I saw how they wrote it here. They said that x is less than 9. Let me actually write this here where you can see it. X is less than 9, okay, and x is greater than -9. And let's put those back in here. What they're saying is it's all the numbers that are less than 9 and also all the numbers that are greater than -9. So all the numbers in here are less than 9 steps from 0. This says the absolute value of x, take away 2, is going to be greater than 3. How many steps are we from 0? Well, we're greater than 3 steps from 0. And that means that, like, this is only 1 step from 0. This is 2 steps from 0. This is 3 steps from 0. It doesn't say equal to, so it says greater than. So we have to think about all of these things here. And then this is 1 step from 0, 2 steps from 0, 3 steps from 0. Again, it says greater than, so we're not going to include that 3. We have to look that way. So what we do is we say that x minus 2 is going to be greater than 3, or x minus 2 is going to be less than 3 because we're looking for that 3 steps from 0, right? So what number when we take away 2 will give us a number greater than 3? And what number when we take, oh, this should be negative 3. What number when we take away 2 will be less than negative 3? Because we're looking less than negative 3 because this will make the steps to 0 greater than 3, and we're looking greater than 3 because this will also make the steps to 0 greater than 3. Anything in between doesn't satisfy that. It makes it less than 3, and we're looking for greater than 3. So then when you do this, this is real simple math. It's just hero 0, right? Can you see that? There's your hero 0. You can just erase that because it's gone, and it just becomes 5 on this side. So x is greater than 5. Let's rewrite that. X is greater than 5. And then over here, hero 0 again, right? And that's just a 0, so we get rid of it. So this becomes x is less than negative 1. Okay, so then what that's saying is that if we put a number that's greater than 5, greater than this, into here, this should be true, that we'll get steps greater than 3 away from 0. So let's try a number. Let's try 7. Okay, so the absolute value of 7 minus 2 is greater than 3. Well, 7 minus 2 is 5, right? And is 5 more than 3 steps away from 0? Well, yeah, it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Let's try this. It says let's try a number that's less than negative 1 and see if that makes it more than 3 steps away from 0. Well, let's just try negative 6 for the heck of it. So let's put negative 6 minus 2 is greater than 3. Okay, well, that becomes minus 8 right in there. And is negative 8 more than 3 steps from 0? Well, yeah, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 steps, so that's definitely more than 3 steps away from 0. The absolute value of 4x minus 5 is equal to 7. And so what this is saying, and let me make sure I wrote that down correctly, it's saying that we want to know what numbers will fit in here that makes all of this exactly 7 steps from 0. So basically, if we're looking at 7 steps from 0, we're looking at this one and this one. So we take this and we set those equal to that. So 4x minus 5 is going to be equal to 7, and 4x minus 5 is going to be equal to negative 7. So let's just check this. So let's do hero 0, so plus 5 plus 5. So you got 4, and this is just 0, so we can just be left with 4x here, and that's the same as 12 on this side, right? And then no fun, get back to 1. So there's your 1 in there. X is going to equal 3, right? And then over here, let's do this. Hero 0. So you're left with 4x on this side equals negative 2. All right, divide by 4, divide by 4. X equals negative 1/2. So let's put these in there and see if that works. So 4 times 3 minus 5, is that exactly 7 steps from 0? Well, we have 12 minus 5. Well, 12 minus 5 is 7. So that is exactly 7 steps from 0. Right? 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that one works. Let's put in x equals 1/2. So 4 times negative 1/2 minus 5 equals 7. And 4 times negative 1/2 is just 4 negative halves, which is negative 2 minus 5, which really is negative 7. Negative 7, is that exactly 7 steps away? Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. So these both work. So x equals 3 or x equals negative half. All right, so it's going to equal either 3 or it's going to equal negative 1/2, which fits in here somewhere. But if you punch those in, it makes that statement true.